Got everything in hand. I've got my camera, I've got my gasket for the back for the weatherproof, I've got a couple screws and wire nuts, and I've got my power cable. Let's head to the back of the fifth wheel. This is going to take minutes to install this thing. We're going to take this off. I will go ahead and say there's a sticker back here. It says camera ready. And you can go to Keystone and get their camera and monitor system. It's probably good. I don't know anything about it, but it's probably good. And we're going to take this off. There we go. Look at there. I found wires. And I imagine I'm going to take these and kind of clip this little doodad right here off. Be careful not to cut the wires. Now I'll share this with you. It's got two little holes here. This was probably just for whatever this kind of a mount was. I don't know if their camera comes with that mount. And I also suspect that these wires here are probably tied in, if you look up here at the top, into these LED marker lights. So we're going to see if they've got power on them now. I don't have any of the power coming back to these yet. So I'm going to go ahead and prep these, get them ready. You're going to need some basic tools. Make sure you keep this is color coded on this Montana. You've got 2 white wires and 2 white and green stripe wires. So make sure you don't cross those up or you're going to cause a problem. You're going to need some basic tools, okay? You're going to need that screwdriver. Again, I like to use the 9-in-1. Strongly recommend using a pair of inexpensive, these are Klein tool wire strippers, very basic. I'm going to use an inexpensive Black & Decker cordless drill to drill these holes. Okay, I'm going to twist these together. I don't think there's any need to solder them because I'm going to be using this type of a compression waterproof lug, even though no water will be getting back in here. All right, I am going to strongly suspect at this stage that there's no power here. And here's how I'm going to validate it. Again, when you do these types of projects, or you're going to have just maintenance on your RV again, go get you a digital voltmeter and let's check and see if we have any power here. This is low power. It's not going to shock you. It's not going to hurt you. And I can just touch it like so and like so. And we have nothing. There's no power. Okay, I've connected the tow cable, the trailer cable, to the truck and turned on the parking lights. You can see my LED lights are on. I'm going to see where my power's at. This is red is positive. This is negative or common. And we're going to see if we've got voltage. Again, this is low voltage. It's not going to shock you if you touch it. It's not going to hurt you. And boom. So it looks as though, yep. Can you see it? 11.66 volts, 11.63 volts. Okay, got a little voltage drop coming back here. Still don't think that's bad. We'll see. I think that'll be well within the operating range. Now, polarity is important. I need to see which one is positive and which is negative. This is my positive probe. And it looks as though white with green stripe is positive, because if I reverse it, it shows a negative reading, putting the positive on the white. So on my camper, on mine, test it for yourself. On mine, my white with green stripe is the positive side. So that's my positive. Okay, I'm going to go turn this power off because I don't want these wires to touch while I'm installing, cause a short, blow a fuse. There is a top and a bottom to this. That'll become more important here in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-wire everything and then attempt to stuff all this wire that comes with this unit, the pre-wire, stuff it all back inside here. We'll see how successful. I may end up having to do this twice. We'll see. All right. Again, this is my positive and this is my negative. So for wiring this, red is positive, black is ground. And this is called trigger wire. So this camera has other installations where you may mount that, say, somewhere else on a camper, or you've got a big rig truck or something like that, and you want to be able to trigger the camera coming on. I don't have that capability. I've only got 2 wires. The trigger would be, you'd go to like a separate switch to turn the cameras off and on, and you would put 12 volts, a positive voltage to that to trigger the camera to come on. All right, let's see how much success we're going to have feeding this in here. Oh yeah, no problem whatsoever. And then I can't turn the camera around, unfortunately, and show you marking it, but this thing is slotted. And I'm just going to put me a nice little reference mark in the middle, so if I have to do some fine adjustment, I can do that. All right, it's easy. Don't worry about this. This is easy breezy. Okay, and put just a few little holes in here. There we go. Clean that off. All right. This is getting simpler by the minute. And this has got a twist. This has got a little O-ring on it for weather tight, even though it's going to be inside. And this has got a bit of it's keyed. It's got a twist lock to it to make sure it locks in tight. Make sure you lock it and pull on it. All right, we're putting the finishing touches on this. Really simple. Just don't over tighten it. You got your gasket here. Make sure that this fits tight within the gasket. And just pull the screws up good and snug. Like I said, don't overdo it in this composite here, or you'll strip it out really easy. All right, now that we've got it good and tight, we'll come back adjust this once we get it all set up. 3 antennas, all 3 are identical. Just put your antenna on and get it. Don't take a pair of pliers and stick to this, you'll snap it. Super finger tight. That's all you need. And you got plenty of adjustment. Now, according to the instructions, you want to have the antenna vertical to the ground, not horizontal. You want to have it vertical to the ground. And I'm going to bring mine forward just ever so slightly. All right, there we go. Looks just like factory. Doesn't that look great?